Caught me again. Caught me with a cookie again. Turns me out. Yeah. So, hello everybody. Ian here, and we're going to have some more discussion on the fine-tuning of my GOG Guild virtual layout exhibition concept. As you know, we have the first draft of the track plan worked out, and we worked that up from the initial sketches and the inspiration sheets, and now we're going to fine-tune things a bit, delve a little bit deeper into it, and give a bit more substance to everything. So one of the first things I did after we got the track plan ironed down, I took a look at an ordnance survey map. Now, as you know, I originally traced the whole route of the East Lincolnshire Light Railway out on the 1 inch to 1 mile ordnance survey map. But this time I got in closer. I used the 6-inch maps that are available online from the Library of Scotland, and I took a closer look basically to see how the roads laid out in the landscape and whether I would need the railway to actually share the road. So in that case, I would be looking at a steam tramway section. So I would have to have an LNER J70, Toby the tram engine. Yeah, and that would actually be quite advantageous here in America because kids know Toby the tram from the Thomas the Tank Engine books, of course. So a Toby would be a way to get a child's attention. So I looked, and well, this is Lincolnshire and it's wide out and flat, so there is nothing to worry about that. So, but the idea of a J70 definitely has a bit of a, it's a good idea, and I might work on that, because I could probably use one of these old, the old Atlas River Rossi at Plymouth Atlas, Plymouth MDT switches as a basis. You never know, so that's something I'll look into. I mean, a J70 can't be that difficult to scratch build, can it? It's all just a box on wheels, really, when it comes down to it. So it might be a good first project, a good serious project for a first scratch build in O scale for me. So anyway, I digress again. I'm good at digressing, aren't I? Yeah, so I looked at the 6-inch OS map from 1906, I think it was, and took a look at that, and I traced a line through Northcotes, and I discovered something quite fascinating. It's something that this is something that is changing the whole development of the layout, changing the whole tack of the layout even, and it's quite fantastic. It's quite exciting, certainly quite exciting for me as the designer and somebody who actually lived in the area. Somebody who would drive past Northcotes every Saturday when we were going shopping in Grimsby. And yeah, so this is really exciting, and I'll take a look and I'll show you what I found, and I'll explain everything to you, and you'll see how everything is changing.
So here we are. Here's the route traced out on the map. You can see it there in red, and comes up past over the old Fleet Drain there, past the back of the elms, and into Northcotes. And you can see that it passes the smithy, and I put the siding in there, and it passes right in front of the chapel. And now you know how important brick-built Wesleyan chapels are to Lincolnshire, so this is just too good to pass up, to have the possible railway station site in front of the chapel. It's just what I want, and that's really quite exciting. That really got me going. So here's some pictures of the chapel as it is today. You can see it's now a house and now a residence, but still all the charm of the Wesleyan architecture is there, and this is so going to work. I'm so excited about this. The aspect that will face the railway line is likely this one, with the four large windows and the smaller window over an entryway there in the top middle picture. I think that's the aspect that will show towards the viewer in the model. But I mean, it's a beautiful building that I really, really like, and I think this is going to look really good in the model. So here we are, another inspiration sheet with all the salient elements on it. We have the map there, we have a picture of the chapel, and this old postcard, Chapel Corner, Northcotes, and there you can even see the chapel in the background there. So this is a really good picture, because you know, if this was the real thing, if this was there really was a railway here, then the goods shed, the tin goods shed, would be just off the picture to the right here. So this is really exciting. You can see here how I've put everything together there. I've tried to sketch how it would work there, and with it it's difficult to translate a 1906 track plan, fictional track plan, to a 2020 Google Earth view, but as you can see, it fit on there pretty well, and looks pretty good. I think it needs further looking into and further blocking in and mocking up.
So we're now back upstairs with paper, track and bits and pieces, and we are going to do a more detailed mock-up of the layout, because as you've seen from the previous bits, I'm excited to get a relatively realistic representation of Northcotes in there. So I need to make sure that I can fit the building that I would like in there to give the reality to the story, you know, give a little bit of truth to the fiction. So we're gonna mess around with building positions, building sizes, and we're going to see how near we can get to some kind of representation of Chapel Lane in Chapel Corner, I believe it's called, Chapel Corner in Northcotes. So there we are. That's it. It didn't take long to get to that stage because of all the research material, all the inspiration sheets I have, all the photographs and everything. It was fairly easy to get everything in place. So nominally, this is drawn to fit on the 2 foot wide piece of craft paper. It's like 4.5 feet long, so that's 9 square feet, which is more, of course, than the 4 square feet of a micro layout. But as you can see from here and back here and round here, and also to the side here, there are some trim lines that would get it down to 4 square feet if I so wanted. If I wanted to truly fit it in the micro layout limit, then there's my 4 square feet bounding lines, just about. But I don't want to. I've got this bee in my bonnet right now about citing this really in Northcotes and being able to fit local buildings and the local street layout in there, and that's what I've done. So you can see that back here, I've drawn in the position of the wonderful Wesleyan Chapel there, as I really would like one of those in there. So that fits in there nicely. I measured it off Google Earth and it's 32 feet long, and that is drawn to 32 feet. There's a possible room here for a cottage that exists in photographs, but I'm not sure if there really is room. It would be a flat or very low relief back there, so I don't know if that'll fit in. It might end up on the back, drawn on the back scene, painted on the back scenes. In the front here, we have the station platform and the station building marked out. So the station platform is marked out at 60 feet, which is the length of Wingham Canterbury Road. So and it'll take two of the coaches. The regular passenger operations will be one with the locomotive and one coach, with a second coach for market day specials, and also a rail car. But that's a story for another day. So, and also back in the goods yard, you should be able to see I've drawn the outline in there of the circular corrugated iron goods shed that is at Wingham Canterbury Road as well. Now it's a remarkably characterful structure that I thought would work very well in the wilds of East Lincolnshire, so that's going to fit in there. And it just so happens that I found a similar structure just down the road from me here on the prairies of Minnesota, and so I have reference material for a English circular goods shed in the middle of America. So that's kind of like funny and interesting way to join the two halves of the world, if you like. So that's it. I mean, it looks really good. It looks like it's worked really well to me. I'm very, very happy with all aspects of the track plan, the way everything fits in there. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way this looks. I'll be looking forward to getting on with construction and developing it more. So something that we have to talk about in the near future will be the fiddle yard off to the left here. I do have ideas for that, and I will share them with you at a later date. But apart from that, I mean, everything looks grand. It looks great. Really, really pleased with the way it's going. Here we are. This is an impression of what I think it should look like when it's finished. And well, this gives me a lot of confidence in the future of the project.